Let's be real. Lexie Hull and Sophie Cunningham, no matter, will make more than a max contracted endorsements if they stay with the Fever. But Lexie Hull has been spotted back. This is a tweet from Birdology, and this is from obviously Lexie Hull's Instagram. Has Lexie Hull posted anything else on her Instagram?
Lexie Hull just showed up at the Indiana Fever facility, and the internet is losing its mind. But here is what nobody is talking about. This isn't just a casual workout. This is a billion-dollar chess move that could determine whether the Fever become a dynasty or collapse into irrelevance. Let me be crystal clear. We are not hoping Lexie Hull returns to Indiana. We are operating under the assumption she is coming back. And if you think that is arrogant, you haven't been paying attention to the money, because here is the uncomfortable truth the WNBA doesn't want you thinking about. Lexie Hull and Sophie Cunningham will make more money in endorsements staying with Caitlin Clark and the Fever than they would ever see from a max contract somewhere else. We are talking generational wealth versus a slightly bigger paycheck. And before anyone starts crying in the comments about loyalty and team culture, let us get real. This is professional sports. These women have maybe 10 years to secure their financial futures. You think they are choosing a small market rebuild over the Caitlin Clark empire? Please. Birdology caught Lexie on Instagram at the Fever training facility. She is there with Keith Porter and Rob Dozier, the team trainers. Rob is making trick shots, Lexie is grinding, and everyone is acting like this is just another off-season workout. It is not. This is Lexie Hull planting her flag. This is her telling every other franchise in the league, I'm staying where the money is. I'm staying where the spotlight is. I'm staying where championships happen. But let us talk about the elephant in the room. Keith Porter is still in a walking boot 3 months after tearing his Achilles. 3 months? Now I don't want to alarm anybody, but that is concerning. That is really concerning. Because an Achilles tear is no joke. We are talking 9-12 months for full recovery. And if you are still in a boot at month 3, something is not adding up. I tore my Achilles in college, graduated in the boot, and had a pulmonary embolism that set back my recovery. So trust me when I say, seeing Keith still in that boot raises questions. Questions about the Fever's medical staff. Questions about whether they are rushing players back too soon. But let us pivot back to Lexie, because this is where it gets spicy. The fact that she is back in Indiana working out with the organization drastically increases the chances she is staying. And that is not speculation, that is just how this works. Players who spend the offseason embedded with the franchise don't leave in free agency. You know who we are, not seeing everywhere. Bree Turner. And before Turner fans come for me, I actually think there is a decent chance she returns. But we are not getting daily Instagram stories of Bree at the facility. We are not seeing her grinding with the trainers. That tells you everything you need to know about who the Fever prioritize. Bree averaged 10.4 points per game in Australia, playing for Perth, which isn't terrible, but also isn't exactly lighting the world on fire. And yes, she is a defensive player first, but in today's WNBA, you need two-way impact to justify a roster spot. Lexie Hull brings something you cannot replicate. You cannot coach hustle. You cannot teach the kind of reckless abandon she plays with, throwing her body on the line for charges, getting her hands on loose ball, making winning plays that don't show up in the stat sheet. Now does that mean she has to start? That is where it gets complicated. If you ask me straight up, who is better, Lexie Hull or Sophie Cunningham? Sophie is better. That is not a hot take. That is just fact. Sophie is a more complete player, better shooter, more disciplined defender. But here is where Lexie separates herself. As a stopper, she is elite at one very specific thing, drawing charges. Can she guard Ryan Howard or Kalia Copper one-on-one? Absolutely not. Those players will cook her with speed. They will blow by her. They will make her look silly. That is why Kelsey Mitchell has to take those defensive assignments. But guards who like to work off screens, guards who use contact and physicality, Lexie Hull eats them alive. She will draw 2 offensive fouls in a game and completely take you out of your rhythm. She will frustrate you. She will get in your head. And by the 4th quarter, you are thinking about her instead of your game. That is irreplaceable. Remember that play against Atlanta in the playoffs? Lexie Hull made the game-winning defensive stop. That is the kind of impact that doesn't show up on the stat sheet until it is the difference between winning and losing. Now, I will be honest, I don't know how important a defensive playmaker like Lexie is to winning a championship. Nobody really knows because the WNBA doesn't have enough championship data points to say definitively. But here is what I do know. If you believe that style of defense matters, you are not finding anyone better than Lexie Hull. Sophie Cunningham is the opposite type of defender. She is a container. She is disciplined. She doesn't gamble. She makes you work for every inch, but she doesn't have the quickness to lock down elite guards either. Different players, different skill sets, both valuable. And honestly, I don't mind a rotation where both of them start at the 3, depending on matchups. I really don't. The big thing for the Fever isn't picking between Lexie and Sophie. The big thing is retaining the core 5. Sophie, Lexie, Caitlin, Aaliyah, Kelsey. Those 5 players are the foundation of a dynasty. Lose any one of them and the entire structure crumble. Oh, and keep someone who can bang in the posts, someone who can guard Breanna Stewart and Asia Wilson. Get that piece, and the Fever are legitimate championship contenders. Without it, they are one Natasha Howard away from playoff disappointment. Because let us be real, Natasha got absolutely destroyed by Alyssa Thomas in the playoffs. Not close, not competitive. Dominated, the Fever are one upgrade at power forward away from being favorites to win the whole thing next year. One piece. That is, and the reason they could be favorites isn't just talent, it is continuity, it is chemistry. It is 5 players who have been through playoff battles together and know how to win. So yeah, seeing Lexie Hull back at the Fever facility isn't just good news, it is essential news. It is the difference between building a dynasty and wasting Caitlin Clark's prime. Because here is the harsh reality nobody wants to say out loud. Caitlin Clark is on a timeline. She has got maybe 5 years before the league catches up to her. 5 years before age and injuries start creeping in. 5 years to build a championship core around her. The Fever cannot afford to waste a single season figuring things out. They need to strike now. They need to lock down Lexie Hull now. They need to sign that power forward now, because in 3 years, when Caitlin is entering her prime and the window is wide open, it will be too late to start building. This is the moment. This is the offseason that determines the next decade of Indiana Fever basketball, and Lexie Hull being back in Indianapolis, working out with the team, that is the first domino falling in the right direction. Now, does this guarantee she is staying? Of course not. Players change their minds. Offers come in, agents get involved, nothing is done until the ink is dry. But if I am a Fever fan, I am sleeping better tonight, knowing Lexie is in the building. I am sleeping better, knowing she is choosing to be around the organization instead of exploring options elsewhere. Because in professional sports, presence matters, proximity matters. The relationships you build in the offseason determine where you sign in free agency, and Lexie Hull is building those relationships in Indiana. So let me ask you this, do you think Lexie Hull is staying with the Fever, or is this just a smokescreen before she signs somewhere else? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I want to hear what you think. And if you believe the Fever are about to become a dynasty, hit that subscribe button because we are covering every single move this offseason. The WNBA is about to get very interesting, and it all starts with Lexie Hull making the decision that could change everything.